Seji Hito here to bring you some more clips today. So today we are on. Let me actually edit that. That should be live stream number 41. So let me make sure to save that directly down there. So I got a few clips to bring directly to you. 12/29/2023, Friday, December 29th, right? So the clip that you see directly in front of you is by Tony the Closer. And it goes as stated. He said that Umar may speak well to some of y'all, but the proof is in the work. Here's his school that he has gotten donations on for over a decade. So we're gonna look at this real quick. So let me play that for you guys.
So we're here at FDMG. Today is Tuesday, October the 24th.
Shout out to Lewis and DSA1.
Umar stated that the school was renovated and completed. I'm on foot, as you can see. I'm in the hood. It has not been renovated. I'm gonna get up here and give you all a tour of FDMG. I'm giving you guys a tour. This is the back of FDMG, right? The school is renovated to you. Nothing about this school is renovated. This is what your kids gonna have in front of them, in the back of them. It's all projects and hood. Look at the back of this. It smells like shit back here.
Now let me just pause it right there. So I want y'all to understand that he's walking through what seems to be an alley type of way, right? And he wanted to state that it smells like shit. Understand that if people have dogs in their backyards, a lot of people are not going to sit up there and clean and whatnot or whatever. And especially given depending on what the season is, obviously we're not looking at snow on the ground. So if there is any type of waste back there from animals, you are clear cut going to smell it directly in the air. I'm not sure why it was listed as if it's coming from the school or if it is the fault of the building because of whatnot or whatever. But I just wanted to add that in there. Let's continue.
The school has not been renovated. The school has not been renovated. The school has not been renovated. Look at this shit. And he claims that he's renovated this school. Again, today is October the 24th, 2023. Hopefully these dogs don't get out and bite someone's kids. You can hear them over there. But all right, so let me come on around here. Everything's still boarded up. The grass is cut, so I guess he did that. But we're gonna walk on around, and as you can see, the sidewalk is all fucked up. Nothing's been done here. Look at the door. He said the sprinkler system was taken care of, right? He said the sprinkler system was done. That's the sprinkler door. No new stickers, nothing. Let's walk on around here. See, this is my hood. I'm not worried about him coming out here G-checking me. This is my hood. But this is a dangerous place. These are the same windows. Remember he crying about the windows? Look like the crackheads try to get in. I don't know if you can see it, spider webs in those windows. Those are the same windows that was here when it was Maurice Moyer Academy. Crackheads getting in there look like same shit. It's all boarded up. He's done nothing. Look at the doors. Everything's boarded up. The mailbox isn't even fucking, a new mailbox is not even on there. The numbers up there are not even changed. The same numbers. Nothing has changed. And you go on that side of the street, the school's fucked. School's fucked over there. Look at that. You want your kids coming out seeing this? This is fucking trash.
Yo, Stardust, what is up? What is up?
This is all trash. So we walk on the other side of the street. Dirty school, man. He hasn't done anything out here. Look at this shit. Still all messed up, man. Beer cans out here, more trash, more debris. He doesn't have the money to do it. He doesn't have the know-how to do it. And he doesn't accept the help to get this done. Everything's still the same. Warrior Academy.
Yo, Hack, what is up? What is up?
He
What is
hasn't
up?
done anything out here, man. Don't y'all people keep sending him y'all money, wasting y'all money. Nothing's been done. He told you the school renovations were done 2 months ago in August. Those renovations have not been done. Nobody's been out here working on these buildings. He's lying to you. He's lying to you. September was supposed to come. Did anybody do the painting? Did the furniture ever get moved? No, it did not happen. So, something y'all need to think about.
Right. So that whole 4 minute and 52 seconds was from Tony the Closer Robinson, right? Then he also made another post stating that talk is cheap, buildings matter. Years into promises of a school and still nothing. What is the real impact of Dr. Umar's words? Let's evaluate on a tangible contribution and not eloquent speeches. When is this building getting completed, right? And I'm going to state this, right? So Hack, he's talking about Dr. Umar Johnson and the school, right? And this post was made December 27th. And the funniest thing is, as somebody else stated, that it's interesting that when Dr. Umar, out of all the podcasts that Dr. Umar has made, that you magically have, stuff like this showing up after, said podcast was pretty much up and running and all this other type of stuff, right? And this is the main thing. I have no problem with people wanting to keep people up with, accountability, being responsible. I have no problem with people wanting to call things out, right? If people are saying that things are incomplete, things are not being done, fine, no problem. Highlight and show that. No problem, right? That's what Tony the Closer Robinson did, right? No problem. My issue is when there's an abundance of people that do things like this and they state, right? They said that some people have stated, I think he stated, that the school was, supposed to have been done at a certain point in time, potentially, or it's taken too long, like some people have stated. Why is it that everybody that is complaining as the amount of time that it has taken to, get the school up to a certain point, out of all of that time, everybody that's ever complained about Dr. Umar and the school online countless times, making videos, writing posts, and all of these other things, why have none of all of these people ever gotten together in order to start up a school? There are more complainers out there than Dr. Umar. There's only one of Dr. Umar, but then there's a multitude, hundreds of thousands of people that want to complain about what it is that he's not doing, what it is that he's saying. He's saying it's incorrect. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Where's the money? All this other type of stuff, right? No problem. People got to complain about that. People want to, pitch a fit. And as which was stated before, Dr. Umar goes around the United States. He talks in churches. He talks in various buildings. He shows directly up on podcasts. If you got the money, more than likely, Dr. Umar will also show up to your podcast as well. I'm just trying to figure out all of these people that have this real issue with Dr. Umar in the school. How come none of these people that got the biggest issue ever came together and be like, all right, we're going to do what it is that he couldn't do. we're going to get that done in a timely manner, have everything up and running instantly. How is it that out of all of this time, I've never seen this, but I still continuously see people making video after video and having complaint after complaint after complaint? It doesn't make sense to me. Because if you're trying to tell me that you actually care about the kids, then I would expect for people to actually go out there and do something. I would expect people to actually go out there and showcase them building a school. Right? But again, I find it very odd that people want to bring this up as if they actually give a fuck about black kids, and they don't. I'm just going to be real. Because if a lot of these people actually cared about black kids and they cared about the education system, they would have all gotten together, be like, yo, this is us showcasing how much we really dislike Brother Umar and everything that he's doing. And we want to basically show him up. We want to one-up him by basically doing something that he wasn't able to do in a timely manner and showing everybody how it's supposed to be done. That's not what anybody out here is doing. It's crazy. It's 1,000% crazy. It's like I'm really confused because at one moment, right now, again, I'm just going to say this: I don't know anything about buildings. To an extent, I know about homes. To an extent, I know about water damage. I know about molding. I know a little bit about demo and things of that nature. I don't know the types of damages that went on in that building. I don't know what was going on with the roofing. I don't know if they had to demo or do a whole host of electrical working. I'm not sure what specifically may have needed to get replaced directly in that building or any of that. I myself cannot account for any of those things, but I do know that those things happen with buildings that are left for a long period of time. And when buildings are left for a long period of time, you also have what is called copper thieves that come in and they mess up a variety of systems, such as anything from the plumbing all the way to the AC and the heating, stripping any and all copper wires just so that they can get a few couple of dollars from the junkyard. So, like I said before, I get when people sit up there and say that this is taking way too long, but if people really had a problem with it, they would actually be the solution. That's all I'm saying. If people, like I've been stating to people all day long on both of my channels, if adults out here really cared about the kids, they would have made sure that they would pass laws and regulations to make sure that children are actually safe. I've seen all day and every day that people want to talk about what it is that women have to go through, all of the abuses and the mistreatment and the misuses and everything that goes on with women. But I do not hear those same women going out there and preaching and marching for kids, sticking their chest out. I don't see a lot of those things happen. I see a lot of people going out there, but like, yeah, we're about to march for women. We're about to get these laws. We're about to get. But what about the child trafficking that's going on? What about the child abuse that's going on? What about the miseducation of kids at this moment in time? What about kids getting sold directly into the black market? What about the missing kids that go on every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year? But like I said before, a lot of people portray it as if they realistically care about kids, but they're not actually doing nothing. So, like I said before, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused. And then the other interesting thing is that there was a part to the podcast that Dr. Umar had up. Right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can do this in a certain type of a way because I feel like that needs to actually get highlighted. Because as somebody stated, it's very interesting that out of all of the talks or all of the snippets that get listed directly out of um, that podcast, which got taken down or whatnot, what have you, that the main point of Dr. Umar talking about black men and black women, it didn't get showcased. Didn't get showcased at all. So I'm going to try to find that as I'm talking to you guys at this moment. Hopefully, it's actually still up there. Because funny enough, some of the stuff been just oddly enough disappearing. So I got to kind of scroll through my bookmarks, and I have to try to find this. But hopefully you guys are all having a good day, a great day at this moment in time. Matter of fact, I did find it. So I'm going to have to see. Let me see. We're going to do it like that, right? And we're going to do it like this. So what I want y'all to do is let me know in the comment section, because hey, what's up, Ty? What's up, Pink? What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play the audio in here, the audio there. So we're going to do it like that, right? Can you hear that? You say you can. Oh, okay. Hold on. Got you. Okay, I'm going to restart it. Let me know if you can hear it.
The tension between black male
female
relationship.
It's insane. First of all, let's back up. Up until 1970, most black families was headed by a man and a woman.
Sure.
Slavery did not destroy the black family.
It did not.
We were married all through slavery, all through civil rights. You don't begin to see the rise of a single black mother until the 1970s. That was not a coincidence.
Late 70s.
Exactly.
Late 70s.
The 70s is when the government came into the black community.
They sold us out.
Yes, Newark, New Jersey, Philly, Baltimore, Detroit, and they deindustrialized the inner city.
Yes, indeed.
They took the jobs out.
Yes.
They took the factories out.
That's
And then they went into the high schools and deindustrialized the high school. So guess what?
No
He
trades.
should have graduated with his carpentry license.
Yes.
You should have graduated with your plumbing license.
No
He
trades.
should have graduated with his auto mechanic license. He should have graduated with his HVAC. They stripped all of that, the skills that pay the bills.
Sure.
This was done on purpose to make the black man financially irrelevant to the black woman. To make the 1970s was all about making the black man financially irrelevant to the black woman. And then the 1980s, they dropped the crack off. CIA,
Done.
Cocaine Import
It's over.
Agency.
It's over.
Now, black men, jobless after the 70s, you bring me crack. I got a decision.
Is this where the prison industrial complex kicks
Absolutely.
in?
Absolutely. So I'm either going to smoke the crack
Or
and
sell
deal with
it.
the fact I can't take care of my family,
Mhm.
or I'm
Or
going
I'm
to
going
sell
to
the
jail.
damn crack. Physical warfare with the AIDS and chemical warfare with the crack, which set us up for the 1990s Bill Clinton crime bill.
Yep.
The first time in American history you can go to jail for the rest of your life without having committed a violent crime because you got caught in possession of drugs 3 times in a row. It was a Democratic president,
Over.
Bill Clinton, who locked up more black men than any president in
In
American history since the end of slavery.
Bro, they
The problem with the ADHD, when do we get ADD?
Right. So we were able to hear that, right? You had the brother basically speaking on the fact that this was not something that just naturally happened. This was something that was orchestrated by outside forces. But when you go by today and you listen to what it is that people continuously state, you have everybody basically saying like, "Oh, it was the black man's fault. The black man did this. The black man did that. All this other type of stuff." You have Dr. Umar literally telling you in the exact same cast that all the other information specifically came from. You have him specifically telling you how this was orchestrated. You have all of this. Now, you got Awaken. What is up? He said he has all of these facts, but where is the school? he had the backing of the black community to be a good leader. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to break down two of the things, right? You say he had the backing of the black community. Dr. Umar did not have the full-fledged backing of the black community, because when I was able to go through a lot of the tweets and the messages and everything like that, you had a lot of black people that highly disagree with a lot of the things that Dr. Umar was saying, especially when it dealt with accountability, when it dealt with black people fixing themselves, when it dealt with therapy, when it dealt with acknowledging the type of pain and whatnot that you deliver and give off to other people. So when Dr. Umar, and he has a lot of older speeches that he gave before he was getting like real famous, on social media and everything like that, before, people started catching up. He has a lot of stuff that was telling black people like, yo, we need to be accountable for a lot of stuff. And this dude has, is a therapist, right? Psychologist. He has talked to a lot of kids and everything of that nature. But yet when you want to make black people accountable for themselves, black people don't want to listen. And that's a fact, right? So now we're going to go directly to the school. So as Tony the Closer, right, wanted to basically state in the video that he is, I guess touting as, making people accountable, even though it's a little bit weird that the video seemingly comes out around the same time as the podcast, when Dr. Umar was, really going after one dude on the podcast talking about interracial dating and things of that nature. Oddly enough, this video didn't come out no other time from what I can see, because I'm looking at the post, December 27th, as we can clearly see. Like I said, he went directly through here and he showed, wait, let me sit up there, unmute it, and do it that way. Right? So he went through there and was basically saying like, Dr. Umar didn't do anything. The only thing that's there is the grass is cut. You don't want your kids going here. You don't really want your kids seeing this. The numbers haven't been changed on the building. Where are the windows? All this other type of stuff, right? And that was from his video. That was from everything he stated when he went directly to the school, stating that Dr. Umar is not going to G-check him, all this other type of stuff. I don't know what any of that has to do with anything. So, right. So now we're going to go directly to, let me see, I should have the response that was made. Let me just make sure. I might have to go back to because there was a response that was posted. Okay, that was that right there. So let me go back to my bookmarks real quick. Give me a quick second. Not that one. Let me scroll down. Give me a quick second. Let me see. Oh, I think it was actually underneath the same post. Hold on. Let me go back. Should have been under the same post. Let me see. That was that. And I had that bookmark too, which is weird. Because Dr. Umar, somebody had posted that Dr. Umar did a video showcasing the fact that the buildings and everything were completely fine. Oh, let me see if I can get that. Give me a quick second. Let me see. I thought what's the name said a little bit more. Let's see if it's under this one. Okay, it was underneath the different video. Okay. So let me make sure. Post that right there. Right. So
glass windows. We just kept them protected.
So I'm guessing this is like the potential, I guess, the response. I mean, even though you got some people saying, oh, this is an old video, even though the person that posted it said this is from this year and everything of that nature. So this is what Dr. Umar stated directly in this video that I was able to get.
Glass windows. We just kept them protected until it was time to open up the school, brothers and sisters. This was not no abandoned building. It wasn't no boarded up building. Ain't no bando. $13 million project 10 years ago. $13 million project 10 years ago. Who ready to see the windows? I'm about to show y'all the windows, brothers and sisters. Let's go see it. Look at the windows. Look at the windows, brothers and sisters. The boards is off. Ifatunde Avenue, the boards is off. Look at the windows, brothers and sisters. Look at the windows. Look at the windows. That's right. That's right. Grand opening coming soon. Grand opening coming soon. Look at the windows, brothers and sisters. Look at them big, beautiful windows, brothers and sisters. Look at the big, beautiful windows on the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Look at the big, beautiful windows on the Frederick Douglass. Now the rain coming down, the ancestors. The rain coming down. The rain coming down.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, man.
Yo, what's up, Mahoko? What is up? What is up? What is up? Wait, what happened this time? What happened this time? So what? It did it again? I mean, I guess the only thing I'll just sit up there and do for this is that I will just, I guess, cut that out, I guess. Yo, Mahoko, can you hear me? Oh, okay. So nothing happened on this channel. Okay. All right. And again, let me keep it playing.
I got to show y'all the other side. I got to show y'all the other side. Look at the big, beautiful windows. Look at the big, beautiful windows on the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. We getting them tinted, brothers and sisters. Well, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all that glass. Look at all that big glass. We getting them tinted so nobody could look inside. Yes, brothers and sisters. It's nation time. It's nation time. It's nation time. Your school, my school, our school. Who ready for the grand opening? Who ready for the grand opening? Who coming to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy grand opening? Who's ready? Who's ready, brothers and sisters? Just a few more days. We just waiting on HVAC to finish it on up. Just a few more days, brothers and sisters. Who coming on now? We're going to have the music in here. We're going to have the food in here. We're going to have workshops and seminars in every classroom. Who coming to the FDMG grand opening? Who coming to the FDMG grand opening? They said we couldn't do it, brothers and sisters. They said we couldn't do it. They said we were scamming and stealing and lying, that it was all a scam. Look at these beautiful buildings.
So I'm not sure if anybody could actually pay attention, but the dude is what seems to be walking through the hallway of the school. You see the multitudes of doors. And then as he keeps going to the right of him, like where you see my mouse, you can clear cut see lockers. So at least from the hallway, from the outside looks fine and dandy. The inside is looking pretty much fine and dandy as well. So I'm just looking at what it is that he has showcased. I'm looking at what it is that he has showcased. I'm looking at what it is that I'm able to actually see versus what it is that everybody else has basically been saying. And again, like I said before, all the time, right? All the time that it took for Dr. Umar to do this, you could have had many black people who horribly disagree with Dr. Umar, right? Who just want him to close up shop and to stop speaking in general, stop trying to represent and speak for the black community. All of these black people could have showed up and rolled up and pulled money together to open up a school. But did any of those people do it? Nope. But did they keep complaining about Dr. Umar? Yes, they did. But yet we're looking at that school. We're at least looking at the inside. And everything is looking good. You see the lights are clearly on. You see the walls are clearly painted. The floor is looking good. So I don't know what else. I don't know, what else to tell people, because now the only thing that I can imagine now is at the moment in time that people are able to enter the school and video starts coming out and whatnot, now the goalpost is going to get moved. People are going to be like, okay, so what the curriculum look like? I'll hold my breath up until I see the graduation rates. I'll wait until I see how many kids are actually in that school. I'll wait to see any teachers in the class. But the goalpost is now going to get moved. Because for so long, people have been comfortable in complaining and watching. So now we're at a time where people are actually able to see more on what specifically is taking place on what is happening. I just want to know what's going to take place, like what's going to be the next thing. That's all I want to know. I want to know if a lot of the people that I've seen that have made videos that have written theories and tweets. I want to know if any of those people are going to start showcasing these videos. If they're going to actually pull up to the school so that they can pull out their cameras and start filming. I wonder if people are going to start doing that, or if they're just going to ignore it because it's not fitting that narrative no more. Because I noticed that when people are when it's easy for people to basically get on Dr. Umar and try to disprove something or try to go against his talking points, people are ready to sit up there and start making content because it's going to generate revenue. It's going to pull in views. And I get it, no problem. But now if it's something positive and you know it's not going to generate those views and that revenue, are you still going to do the content? Are you still going to make that tweet? Are you still going to post it on your IG? Because we all know that hate gains a lot more celebrity and fame than showcasing people's positive work. We all know this. Negativity sells. Everything else is in 10th place. So that's all I'm saying. Like I said before,
brothers and sisters, just a few more days. We just waiting on HVAC to finish it on up. Just a few more days, brothers and sisters. Who coming on now? We're going to have the music in here. We're going to have the food in here. We're going to have workshops and seminars in every classroom. Who coming to the FDMG grand opening? Who coming to the FDMG grand opening? They said we couldn't do it, brothers and sisters. They said we couldn't do it. They said we were scamming and stealing and lying, that it was all a scam. Look at these beautiful buildings.
Right. And the most interesting thing that I'm looking at in this video, I was looking at the ceilings. And when the funniest thing about, when I see complaints about Dr. Umar in the school, nobody wants to sit up there and talk about the fact that we all went to schools that did not have proper heating throughout the winter months, or it didn't have proper air conditioning, or it didn't have proper school supplies. It didn't have enough teachers. The ceilings are basically falling apart. You had leaks, you had floods, you had rodents, you had a whole bunch of things going on, right? Right? Everybody, again, wanted to talk about, Dr. Umar. But yet nobody's looking back at all of the schools that you went to that had all of these problems. Some of the schools that you might have went to that were in the hood, like them bad boys are technically in shambles. Like I remember when one of my schools, like they needed to ask, like the parents or whoever to donate supplies to the school. Because for whatever reason, the school did not have the necessary supplies. I grew up in that timeline. Where teachers are like, yo, we got this itinerary and we need your kids to bring in toilet paper. We need them to bring in tissue. We need them to bring extra number 2 pencils, black pens. We need them to bring in loose sheets of paper, all types of extra stuff that realistically the school should have. They should have a whole supply room that should be able to facilitate all of that. The parents shouldn't have to do that. But like I said, those were the times that I grew up in. But nobody wants to talk about that though. Nobody wanted to try to get on the superintendents. Nobody wanted to try to get on the school board or anything like that. Nobody wants to bring or talk about any of that money mismanagement. And I've sat up there and no, hold on, Starbucks. No, bro. Yo, it was not lack of funding. It was money mismanagement. yo, I did I should have either did a video or I might have referred and talked about a video that specifically happened in Detroit when it dealt with the school system and how the necessary funding was not where it was supposed to be. And it doesn't just only happen in Detroit. It happens all across the United States where you have these people who are overseeing the schools. They mismanage the money and put it into their own pockets. They put it into their own bank accounts. They put it through some other type of fund that's stating that, oh yeah, it's for the necessities of computers. And then you find out that those bought computers are now getting sold online, filling in somebody else's pockets. But it's like we're so easy to sit up there and to attack somebody that's at least trying. And no, he's one man trying to sit up there and do this. The whole of the black community could have been did this 10 times over, but we refused to actually do it. It was too much work. We were not interested. We would rather sit up there and complain and ask from the same people who put us and gave us the same lack of education that we now have. We would rather depend on them to sit up there and fix the issue versus us, who are a community. And within that community, we have educators, both either of now existing or people who are retired. We have a multitude of educators in the black community, but yet we did not come together at not a point in time to facilitate the means to open up a school. But then when we give money over to somebody else, we expect them to get it done faster than what we could ever imagine. And I'm like, that's unrealistic. That sounds a little bit crazy because everybody complaining has never opened up a school or a business or a building for that matter. And then a lot of people have never even renovated a building or know the amount of money and the work that it even takes. Because even just trying to renovate a house, trying to fix that back up, just think about trying to fix a dilapidated house and how much that costs. Thousands, tens of thousands, if not potentially even higher. So then try to multiply that by a school building that has way more wires, way more piping, way more air ducts and air conditioning, way more flooring, roofing, everything. And then you got one person doing this, and then he sat up there and told people, he was like, yo, I tried to give black people a chance. I tried to go with black companies, and those black companies let me down. They were supposed to show up at this time. They didn't sit up there and show up. They were supposed to be able to do this, and they didn't do the things that they were supposed to do. And then he was like, reluctantly, I had to sit up there and, get the help of a non-black company in order to get the job done. And they got the job done. And again, this is Brother Umar, who fights for black people. He fights for the black community. And he's sitting up there telling it, yo, I tried to depend on black people to sit up there and do something for me so that we can get something moving. And hey, it failed right there. I tried to, give my people a good look. I tried to work with, my people. I tried to put black dollars into a black company so that it could stay in the black community, right? Everything that he preaches, he tried to do. And he had to sit up there and be like, this ain't working. In order for me to get this done, I have to go to somebody else who's going to sit up there and get the job done. So it's like, you got somebody who is trying so hard to do something, and you got the black community out here that is literally railing against him. Like, I can't even sit up there and tell y'all, like, back during, what was it, it should have been like during the pandemic, right? When it dealt with the whole thing that everybody was so hyped about. Like, when I tell you that people were making like video after video after video about it, it was crazy. When Dr. Umar, who is a single black man, people were sitting up here, oh yeah, we Dr. Umar, he was with a stripper. He was with a stripper. Look at this. Oh, the king of consciousness. He was with a, right? Everybody was sitting up there really trying to go in on him. But I'm like, hold on. So wait. So if he was with a white woman or talking to a white, however, whatever basically people said that happened. If he was talking to a white woman, everybody would have grilled him and called him non-black. Everybody would have said that he is not the leader. He shouldn't be putting out no messages, close up shop, all this other type of stuff. But when people couldn't find that, and it was like, okay, it was a black woman that is a stripper, people still lost their minds, and it was still a losing situation. And he was sitting up there stating that her, whatever her profession is, that is not how she presented herself to him. So how was he supposed to know, right, that she was doing whatnot or whatever, right? And then she decided to come out and say all of this other type of stuff at the height of all of that. But where do you see that same person now? Where do you see that same woman now? Does anybody even remember her name? Nope. Anybody even remember what she looks like? Nope. And that was going on for a great portion of a year that people were dragging that story. People were trying to really use this to discredit him. But I was like, I thought that people were stating in the black community that we should never down or look negatively at a black woman who is working. Right? That no matter what a black woman does, she should still be considered a queen. She should still be beautiful. She should still be respected. But I'm literally looking at the black community getting on Dr. Umar for even having a conversation with a woman that was a stripper. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. It's funny how this stuff works. It's like, I guess a lot of people don't believe in the stuff that they actually, happen to talk about. DSA once said, I 95% agree. Stardust said, Detroit school system been screwed up. Yeah, that's facts. RJ said, you damn right. DSA one said, yo, what's up, DSA one? DSA one said, you must not know that there were people that were willing to help him and he never got back into contact with them. I don't know anything about that. I don't have any type of proof. I don't have any type of receipts. A lot of people can sit up there and say a lot of things. I'm not sitting up there saying that you are lying or anything like that because I have no proof that you are telling any type of tales or anything of that nature. I'm just saying that I can't verify any of that. Could he have had people that wanted to help him that he didn't get back to? Yes, it could very possibly be true. Do I have any type of evidence to show any of those people exist or any of these things, took place? I don't. So it's, I'm in the middle of the road, when it deals with that. Now we'll sit up there and say this, when it deals with people that wanted to help that he did not get back to. I don't know who those people are. I don't know what their companies are. I don't know their credibility when it deals with work. A lot of people can sit up there and say like, yo, I reached out, but is your work credible? We know a lot of black people out here that own some type of businesses, especially like, let's go back. I'm going to take it back to my timeline. Let's go back to the 90s and in the early 2000s. There were a lot of brothers out there that had a lot of painting businesses. There were a lot of brothers out there that had a lot of automotive businesses, and a lot of brothers out there that had a lot of landscaping businesses. And I can sit up there and tell you that you got people out there that'll sit up there and say that they got a business, but their business is not credible. What I mean by that is when you ask them to do a job, they don't do that job properly. And when you want them to go back and fix something, there's an attitude, there's an issue, and there's all this other type of stuff, right? But again, when you go to somebody else, let's say white, and you sit up there and tell them, hey, this is not specifically how I want it. Would it be possible for you to, actually we go over this or to fix this? They'll be like, okay, no problem, we got you. That was our mistake. Maybe we misheard. Even if they know that they're not wrong, they're like, you know what? We're going to just sit up there and do it how you say that you wanted it done, because obviously we might have misheard something. When it deals with black people, when you sit up there and tell them something, there's an attitude. And especially if and the other black person doing it knows that they are wrong, there's an attitude. We've seen this in fast food. When you sit up there and tell black people like, yo, you messed up on my order. This is not what I ordered. They start talking out of the side of their neck. Again, you got a lot of people doing stuff that say that they're doing stuff, but they're not really credible. I've seen it all the time. Like when I was early 20s, or even when I was in high school, when I sit up there and tell you that I was cutting grass better than some of the black dudes who are older than me that have businesses, I was cutting grass better than them. Because after their grass was done and the people sat up there and came out and they looked at it, and then they looked across the street and they saw what it is that I did. I put diamonds. My edging was clean. everything was completely off the concrete and it wasn't even in the street, when I sat up there and did my job at my own house, cutting my grass, my neighbors would sit up there and ask me, yo, I'm not going to deal with them no more. I'll sit up there and pay you 20 or whatnot to come do my grass every Sunday. So when I'm speaking on knowing the fact that you got black people out here, quote unquote, running businesses, but they're not credible, I'm speaking from experience of both what I've seen and what I've done myself. And again, that was back when I was in high school. So I'm just saying, I don't know if any of the people that got in contact with Dr. Umar were credible. Maybe he might have did the research and was like, you know what? I'm not even going to respond back because I'm looking at your work. I'm looking at what it is that you're presenting, and it's not what I need at this moment in time. I need somebody that's going to be able to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, I need somebody that's going to do all of this. And then on top of that, not to mention, you're also looking at the pricing as well. So, you know, I'm just saying, not saying that, you know, what you're saying did say one, not saying that it is not possible. It is probable. It is highly probable. But within that same probability, always understand that you got black people who are not on their business, because I've seen it. Like I said, you talking to a brother that used to sit up there when he was younger. I used to sit up there and trek miles, shoveling snow, knocking door to door. And I'm seeing dudes with snowblowers doing half-ass jobs. You got a full-on snowblower. You trying to ask people for like $30+, and you're making like a little trail, you know, from the driveway, walkway, sidewalk, doing a bullshit job. But you got all the hardware in the world to actually do some real heavy work, but you ain't trying to do that. You're trying to work easy. But I'm walking around, you know, wet feet and all, several hours, trying to get, you know, 15 to 20 a house, doing both the porch, the sidewalk, the walkway, the driveway from the street all the way to the garage. And I'm sitting up there shoveling the inside of the outside of the house, the street where the house is, where the curb meets the street. The whole length of the house. And I'm sitting up there doing that for way less. Doing way more work. Like I said, you got a lot of dudes out here doing business, but they're not really doing business. They're not really doing the work that they should be doing. And I've seen that way too many times throughout my life, and it's crazy. It is straight crazy. DSA once said there's a few videos online that speak on what I just posted. That's cool. That is completely cool. And I'm looking at the fact of this. For the longest time possible, everybody has stated that Dr. Umar is a scammer, that Dr. Umar is stealing money, that Dr. Umar is doing this, Dr. Umar is doing that. And I'm like, you know what? Fine, no problem. Everybody want to say this. Everybody want to say that. Fine, no problem. Right? A lot of people want to sit up there and hate the man. Fine, no problem. All I'm sitting up there saying is this. You are putting all of your eggs in one basket, waiting and depending on one man to do it, while there's a majority of people that dislike, disagree, and hate Dr. Umar Johnson, but yet none of those three groups will come together in order to formulate schools 10 times over in the black communities around the United States. But all of those people who want these things to be done are all betting directly on him, but still complaining at the same time that things aren't getting done specifically the way that they want things to get done. It's crazy. Like I said, I'm a little bit taken back. I'm a little bit confused. Like I said, you're at least seeing something here. And as he stated before, if people really wanted to have the conversation with him, he goes throughout all the United States. He has talks. Everybody got a cell phone, right? So all of these people that be all on the internet every single time, all under his IG. Oh, he a scammer. He this, he that. Why don't you give back the money? All this. Why ain't none of these people ever go directly up to him and film the conversation and have a conversation with him? Why ain't none of these people facilitate the means of having a podcast, inviting Dr. Umar, right? More than likely, he wants to be paid for his time, because he does draw attention. He does draw views. So more than likely, he will sit up there and state that, yo, there is a price that goes with this, and invite him directly onto that podcast and then have the conversation about the school. Because I promise you, that's going to be the only conversation that people are going to want to have. They're not going to want to talk about the Black community. They're not going to want to talk about the suicide rates, the drug rates, the way that Black people sit up there and spend, the condition mentally of which Black people are in. The only thing that people want to sit up there and focus on, which people feel like they got a leg to stand on, is the school. Because ain't nobody that complains about Dr. Umar, ain't nobody really trying to combat him when he starts talking about the Black community. And he starts talking about where we are as a community, where we are as a people, the issues in between Black men and Black women, what it is that we should and shouldn't be doing. When we start talking about that, magically Black people throw their hands up in the air. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm not dealing with this. Black people start running. This is the only time that I literally see Black people from all over wanting to sit up there and speak on a Black man. Like I said, I'm just a little bit confused. Yo, Timothy, what is up? Timothy said the Black community try to play both sides. They want a Black community with white privilege. Yeah, that's true. That's facts, 100%. Daniel, what is up? Said that I witnessed Dr. Umar scam money from a Canadian organization. He took $500 and didn't come to the event. I mean, I don't know anything about them. Because I will sit up there and tell you this. A lot of people say stuff, and then that just be it. There's a lot of people that didn't even donate to the school, but they claim that Dr. Umar scammed them. But yet, I'm showcasing a video where it appears that he is walking through the hall of a school. You see the multitudes of doors. You see the floors. You see the lighting in the hallways. You see the ceilings. You see the lockers. So, I'm just trying to figure out where people are going to go next. Because let me just tell you this. The moment in time that this is, full-fledged open and people are able to actually go there and, sing and dance, whatever's going to basically happen here, there's going to be another goalpost that's going to get moved. There's going to be people just like, Daniel just stated. It was like, hey, Dr. Umar stole, 500 from Canadians. There's going to be, now once this gets done, I promise you, this was going to happen. After everything is said and done with this school, people are going to continue to move the goalpost. People are going to continue to try to discredit him any which way. Because before it was the school, people were trying to use Dr. Umar having a conversation with a Black woman whose profession is a stripper. They were trying to use that in order to discredit him from anything that he's ever said about the Black community. And I'm like, how do we even get here? So you disagree with somebody so much that even when they speak factual things, you're like, no, I have to find a way to discredit this person because I dislike them that much. I'm like, all right. Yo, what's up, Gail? What's happening? What is going on? Like I said, for me, I'm just looking at it as I am seeing some things that a lot of people said did not exist. People said that the school never existed, that the building never existed. Then once Dr. Umar started posting the address, he showed you Google Images. He showed you the front and the back in the other school. Then people are like, oh, okay, well, those are just buildings. What about so why it look like that? What about the paint? What about the electrics? People started moving the goalposts every single time. So it's going to be something. It's going to be something, which, like I said, to me is crazy. It is pretty crazy, right? So now we're going to go to a different topic here, which is this one here, right? So Black TZ, right, stated that someone just asked me what was my favorite vid of 2023. And since I post so much, one that immediately came to mind is this video here because she killed it, kept it classy, and seemed genuinely happy for whoever got married. This energy from women in 2024, right? So this was, I can't, if you know the song Wipe Me Down, that's the song that's playing, and that's what she is dancing to, right? And she is, it's like, this is like a moment she's been waiting her whole life. This is just her song. This is like the choreography that she done had for, the longest time possibly. Like, this is my moment. I'm about to make this happen. And she getting down. It is what it is. Like I said, you love to sit up there and see it. And even in the background, like if you happen to actually see the video, you hear people cheering her on and laughing and everything like that, right? Nothing wrong with the video. Beautiful video. I love it, right? And she's ecstatic. But then we come down to this comment here by this black gentleman, right? He said, doing too much, not classy or feminine at all. With the white emoji. I'm like, but you're black. I'm like, how did that work? But I'm like, let's just see what's up here, right? So we're looking at somebody that stated that they're from Liverpool, England, right? So you're across the pond talking about what it is that Black Americans are doing, right? Then we zoom in on a picture. So, okay, let me just take this back real quick. I don't know who specifically is speaking here. I don't know if it's the guy that is there or if it is the woman that is there. Don't know. But this is why I sit up there and tell people, like, yo, mind your business. For S. Goodman, like this has, like, this video, let me go back. This video right here has nothing to do with you. Nobody asked for your opinion, for your statement on if this woman was doing too much or if it was if it showed femininity. She's dancing. She's having fun. She's at a wedding. She's minding her business. She's directly in happiness and don't nobody else even the dude that was filming. Hold on, let me see if I can go back to that. That dude was slightly dancing and doing a two-step. Yeah, he coming across there like the dude, he's even ecstatic, like just watching her dance. Like I said before, this is what it looks like when you got people that don't know how to mind their business, and you have a lot of people out here that just can't dance and they can't enjoy anything. They're just used to like any old type of two left foot dancing, offbeat, off rhythm type of deal. Like I said, I need a lot of people to mind their business. It's about to be 2024. Learn how to mind your business. When Black people are having fun, we're out here dancing, we're amongst our own people, shut up. And if you're Black and you said this, shut up, have two seats, and stay over there in England. Stay directly over there, mourning your queen. Stay over there doing that. Stay right over there doing that. Because this is what I be talking about. Like, and this is what a lot of Black people talk about all the time. It's like too many people be way too far invested and interested in what it is that Black people are doing in their free time. And like Stardust said, she was just dancing. No twerking. Notice that she was just moving. Like I said, it's crazy out here. It is completely crazy out here. Like I said, you can't win. Right? So we complained about, twerking. She ain't doing that. But then somehow, even within that, still got some type of backlash. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. So let's go to the next one. And it is again from Black TZ. Said, I need every man on this planet to value their time, resources, and condom collection. Let me read that. I need every man on this planet to value their time, resources, and condom collection too much to waste their energy on these types of women in 2024. They will profit you absolutely nothing. Leave them to learn how to make more salmon. and lamb chops at their own home. So let's just take a look at what it is that was stated in this video.
You did say the other day on your story that you want to go out on a date.
Plenty motherfuckers was ready to do that shit.
Did you partake on anyone?
No.
So what the fuck was the point of throwing it out there? If
Because I know what kind of date I want to have.
So-
Any nigga that come with a good plan as a fucking date, I'm going to fucking go. Because why the fuck would I stay at home and have to make my own food or buy my own food when a nigga about to buy my food?
I'm not gonna lie, that's not good marketing. That's
And
to
they
grab a
still
date.
they still gonna talk to me. Men
Listen.
are shallow. Y'all don't care.
What would the world be without tricks? Tricks for kids.
Oh my god.
So let me just stop it on that part. That man is 100% correct. Tricks are for kids. You literally had this woman state that she's going to, why would she be at home making, food or whatnot, whatever, when she can just easily get a dude to just take her out and pay for it. That sounds very bummish to me. You're not going because you're interested in the guy, because you want to get to know him. You're going because you're hungry. You're going because you don't really want to spend your money, or you don't actually have the money in order to facilitate that type of hunger at a expensive restaurant. Tricks are for kids. Let's keep going.
You want someone to take you on a dinner just cause that's a trick.
No, it's someone that wants to be nice. Didn't the Lord give a bunch of chances? So people are supposed to like do nice things.
That's a delusional ass dude, is what it sounds like.
No, do
I would
something
never
nice.
take a woman on a date just to feed her because she's hungry.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
not.
crazy.
It's because I want to be on a date. Did I
What?
say I was hungry? Want to
You
go on a
just
date?
said, why would I stay home and cook food when a dude can pay for my food?
Yeah.
Ain't that what you just said? That sounds like a goofy ass nigga.
But
Yes,
you wouldn't know that. I think
Well,
women
they do
are
now.
thinking that.
they do now.
No, I'm not trying to mess it up for the women that's trying to talk to them.
I mean, niggas already know what the agenda is, but they still gonna pay it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, let me go back to that.
Women that-
Do now.
No, I'm not trying to mess it up for the women that's trying to talk to them.
So she said, now notice how she was all out throughout the whole conversation. And then she was like, yeah, I ain't trying to mess it up for the woman that's trying to, talk to them. Yes, she is. And this is the main thing that a lot of men have been trying to tell a lot of women out here. You got women up here messing it up for the rest of y'all. So a lot of y'all women that's trying to look for a good dude that, who is willing to sit up there and take you out and get to know you and all this. Women like her are messing it up for all of y'all. Messing it up for all of y'all. The main thing that women kept saying, like, oh, all of these bad dudes that we keep running into, they messing it up for all the good ones. All right, no problem. I believe in equality. This one woman is messing it up for every other woman out there. She is messing it up for every other, let me get more specific. She's messing it up for every other black woman directly out there. And this is why I keep saying to women, like, yo, y'all got to start calling this out. Y'all got to start shunning this type of behavior, because it's going to just make it harder. It's just going to make it hard. It just is what it is. It's nothing that dudes can do about that, because we don't know. We have faith and hope that that a woman is not going to try to game us. That's it. And it's like, good luck with that. You might as well, hope to get hit by like some radioactive material and get superpowers so you can read minds, because good luck. But let's continue.
I mean, niggas already know what the agenda is, but they still gonna pay it. Is what I'm saying. Even after all this shit you said, a nigga is still going to want to take you out just to
Absolutely.
be in your presence. I'm just saying, a nigga like me would fucking never. That's all I'm saying.
And I also want to highlight this as well too. For a lot of dudes that in a sense champion that type of behavior from
Didn't the
women like this, I'm like, dude, you are messing up a lot of stuff. Y'all the ones that sitting up there giving these clowns like an ego and pride and all this other type of, like, yo, you're giving like some basic ass ones out here that just put on like a little bit of makeup and a wig. You're making them seem like they're just the almighty and the best of the best. I need y'all to stop doing that. Like I said, it used to be a point in time that a lot of women out here that knew if they look good or whatnot, they were humble about it. You don't even see that no more. Don't even see that. And that I'm just gonna be honest, that's some unattractive shit. Like if we all know that you're attractive, I as a dude don't need you to sit up there and tell me that you're attractive. It's going to speak for itself. But if you got to tell me that you're attractive and I'm looking at you and I know that's vastly different, because if we sit up there and take a cosmetic wipe or a baby wipe, whatever it is, and we go through your face and then we take off, the whole wig and everything, we want to sit up there and see what we're dealing with. Like I said, a lot of this stuff needs to stop. Like a lot of this stuff need to sit up there and stop. Like this is just it's going to be bad. It's going to come to a crash. It is a-okay. It ain't going to stop right now, but it is going to stop pretty soon. But it is what it is. People will, soon enough learn and directly find out the hard way. Awaken said, less relationships and more transactions. Yeah. Daniel said women shouldn't be putting out on the first date. I say this. If that is, how people decide to match up, it is what it is. If a woman want to put out on the first date, it's whatever. Just know that, you're not going, the likelihood of actually having a consistent and long, relationship is going to be very low, tremendously low. You can look at, what's the dude's name, white boy's name from Dawson's Creek, and the English girl from Queen and Slim. She was married to the Caucasian dude from Dawson's Creek, and they stated that they met on just having sex. That was how their marriage happened. They had sex and they were like, hey, this is not bad. Maybe we should, do this more consistently. Then after that, they had a kid. Then, they formulated a relationship. Then after that relationship, they was like, you know what, maybe we should just, get married since, we seem to be enjoying this right now. And then a few years later, they got divorced. So hopefully a lot of women out there will know and understand that if you meet a man off of sex, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. It for damn sure is not gonna last. And that same dude that you met off of having sex, he's going to be off with somebody else, because now it is stated that that same guy from Dawson's Creek is now with Lupita Nyong'o. So he's winning. At the end of the day, he is winning, while the rest of these women are losing. That's all I'm saying. Like I said before, if you as a woman, if you're just rolling up to a dude and just offering body, that's cool. Like that's the type of relationship that you get. Don't expect for that dude to, actually, just love you, because that's not what's going to sit up there and happen. 9 times out of 10, that is not what is about to happen. It is not. But you can't tell a lot of women anything, because a lot of women think that they know. So a lot of women will just be, learning the hard way. Awaken said, I agree with you, no substance. Daniel said, WTF, a date is a date. It's not supposed to be seen as sex because I paid for the bill. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny right there. I like that one. That was pretty funny. Now, something interesting that I do want to highlight. This was something from Black TZ as well, and this was like way back, right? So, there was a song by Beyonce, "Bills, Bills, Bills, Pay My Telephone Bill," dun 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 dun, dun, right? That song, right? So this is what Beyonce said back then about that song, right? Let's just take a listen.
Relationship. At first, it starts off really good, but then the guy starts taking advantage of the girl, maxing out her credit cards, buying her gifts with her own money, just being trifling. So basically, the girl is asking the guy to pay back the bills that he ran up. That's right. We do not think the guys need to pay girls' bills. We are not gold diggers. We are not male bashing. We are only having this one guy telling him to be responsible for the bills that he ran up.
So you heard that, right? They said Beyonce 18 explaining the meaning behind Destiny Child's Bills, Bills, Bills song back in 1999. Now, notice how she clearly explained it at 18. She was like, yo, we're not male bashing. We're not going against men or anything like that. We're specifically stating that this one guy that we're speaking about in this song, he needs to basically pay back all of the money that he ran up that is not his. I respect that. I don't have no problem with that. But when you sit up there and talk to women and you ask them about that song, you're not going to get this definition. Wait, Stardust said Beyonce knows she lying. No woman is going to allow a man to run up her credit cards. You'll be actually quite surprised. I'm not sure if you've seen it before, Stardust, but you got women out here that do date bums. You do got homosexuals directly out here. You do got some dudes who are straight bums, know that they are bums, and that they only got one thing to offer, and that they can easily just slide into like a woman's house. They can use her car. They can use her money and different stuff. Like, you do have dudes directly like that. They do exist. Trust me. They do exist. They do exist. This is part of the reason that you see women online going out there complaining, talking about, oh, dudes out here, they ain't shit, they ain't doing this. That's because they're allowing those certain dudes to go all up inside of them, make them feel a certain type of way. And they know that those dudes, that's the only thing they got to offer. And they know that those dudes ain't offering nothing else. And then they give all of those guys the world, right? So they give those dudes that be living off of them on their couch and everything like that, they give those dudes the world. And then when it comes to normal average dudes who actually work, who are actually responsible, then, you know, we got to sit up there and deal with the leftovers, which is, oh, I'm not, you know, you're doing this for you. I'm not cooking. I already did all that before. And I was taking for, then we got to sit up there and hear all of that stuff, which don't, again, that type of stuff, that don't got nothing to do with me. If you decided to sit up there and be with that bum and to allow him to run all up and down through your house, and then you, that is on you. That is a self problem. That has nothing to do with me. And if it comes to a point in time that, yo, you're looking at every man as that irresponsible dude that you chose, you need to sit down somewhere. You need to just take a breather and heal as a woman. That's what you need to sit up and do. Because every man is not the same as the ones that you picked. That's crazy. It's drastically unfair to sit up there and try to say something like that, or to try to view, you know, other men out here like that, to have that view and that lens and stuff like that's crazy. Right. But like I said, that was Beyonce specifically stating that they're only talking about one specific guy. But when you sit up there and hear the song and you have other women basically give their definition of what specifically it means, it's something vastly different. They're not going to say what an 18-year-old Beyonce is sitting up there saying. Not going to sit up and say that. Right? Stardust say, yeah, I forgot about the homosexuals. Yeah, they exist. Homosexuals are real. Dave said, I am pretty sure Bills explains the situation. Yeah, she wouldn't have all of those bills if she wasn't dealing with a homosexual. She would not be dealing with that at all. Like, there's something interesting directly out here. I didn't fully read through it. I just heard a video when it deals with certain things. I'm going to sit there and see if I can highlight some stuff. Will it let me? Oh, it will let me highlight. Okay. It did not. So I would have to. Oh, okay. So I would have to do it like that. Yeah. So, I'll probably just sit up there and leave that for the time being. Let me see. Do I have something else that I also wanted to mention and go over with you guys? I think I do. As a matter of fact, I would actually have to go back through my bookmarks real quick. Oh yeah, this one right here. Yeah. I got you. Now this is something brand new I never heard of. So let's just take a look directly at this, right? Again, from Black TZ said, G, I don't know which holds more weight for these types of bitter feminists. Their desire to be just like men, their envy of traditional women. They're enemies of both demos either way. Y'all be careful. So let's take a listen to what this woman, I guess she has a podcast. Let's take a listen to what she had to state.
I've been getting a lot of pushback for this whole married single mom thing. And first of all, I didn't make it up, but it's the perfect title for a woman who is married, who operates like a single mom, to me, in my opinion. But y'all been getting on me talking about we need to come up with another term, so I tried. I got a few for y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. First option. Married woman with little to no support from spouse to care for the house and children. I thought that one was pretty good. I thought it was a little bit too long, so I came up with some other ones. How about an MSM? Married solo mom. I mean, I feel like it's kind of the same thing. I like the married single mom better, but oh, this is a good one. Guardian of a man-child. Good one, right? I like that one. That's my favorite one. And then I thought, just cut to the chase, call it what it is, a divorce mom. Because that's probably what it's going to end up being. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments.
So she was basically saying that I guess they have there's this new terminology that is going to be referenced or used called married single moms. How in the blue hell can you be a married single mom? Like I don't understand. Like that's like a lot. Like when I basically heard conversations online where I've heard women say that they're married, but they're still like independent. They're married and still single at the. Then I'm like, why are you taking the dude last name then? Why not just keep your last name? Like why even get married? Like if you're gonna have that mentality of like you're independent, you're like. Like I said, I don't know where society is at this moment in time. I don't know what is happening. I just see a lot of women leading women now. So this is going to be a brand new term that we're going to start seeing a lot of women hashtag online, hashtag married single mom. But I'm like, this is my thing though, right? So if you have guys out here that facilitate the means for a woman to stay at home and to take care of the home and the child, how do you then see fit to get online and say that you're a married single mom? You're making it seem like the dude isn't doing nothing when the guy enabled you to literally be at home and not have to work. You don't have to get your hands dirty. You don't got to go out there and try to fill out resumes. You don't have to do any of that stuff. All you have is basically you got the children or the child and you have the home. But even with guys facilitating that, and a lot of women are like, guys can't even sit up there and enable women to work at home anymore because they're broke, right? So even with a guy facilitating the means for a woman to be able to do that, it still inevitably becomes a complaint. And then it's still like the woman is doing everything and the man's not doing nothing. What is happening? What is happening out here? It's like at one moment in time, women wanted to be, quote unquote traditional and wanted to be stay-at-home moms and wives. And then the next minute, women are like, no, I want to be independent. I'm not having kids or whatnot or whatever. And then in the next moment, they're like, yeah, I still want to be a mom, but I don't want a man in the house or in a relationship with the dude telling me what to do. So I'm going to deliberately become a single mom. And then it moves to now women are like, yeah, I want to sit up there and be married, but I'm still going to be a feminist and independent and separate from him. And I'm going to complain that he's facilitating the means of enabling me to be a stay-at-home mom. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like really, like I just need to understand and know what is really transpiring out here, because I don't, like I said before, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like I legitimately don't know what to tell y'all. Like it's crazy out here. It is 100% crazy. What was that? Starter said the microphone is dope. Yeah, said, "Isn't that an oxymoron? Married single mom? Yeah, sounds like it. That's like someone saying fresh frozen. So how can something be fresh if it's frozen?" Yo, immediately when you said that, because I watch a lot of Chef Ramsay, and like Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell and stuff like that, and he's been saying that for more than a decade. It's like you can't claim that something is freshly caught and is frozen, and then you have to thaw it out. It's not fresh. Fresh is basically you catch it, you bring it to the kitchen, you cook it up, and you serve it. That is fresh. Fresh frozen doesn't make sense. Awaken said, "The last time I checked, Black fathers were the most engaged with their children," and they are, and that's facts. That's 100% facts. 100% facts. I still got the stat sheet somewhere up on in my file somewhere. I went through the whole listing of the CDC, all the numbers and everything. And like I said, nobody wants to bring that up because it's something positive about Black men. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to bring that up. They want to still focus, oh, Black men ain't fathers, Black men ain't this, Black men ain't that. But when you actually got stats on here that are going against the narrative that's being presented, everybody is just like, I don't see it. They're like Sandra Bullock in Bird Box. They're just blind to it. They're Stevie Wonder. It's amazing, right? So now we're going to go to the next one again from Black TZ. And this is the video here. I'm not sure if it has music, but we're going to see it, right? It says that it's not even remotely funny, right? It does show how unwell and desperate a lot of y'all are, though. Keep peeling back the layers of nonsense and greed. We appreciate that, right?
Would you stay with a man that beats you every Friday, but he pays you $800K?
So you see that, right? So the question is, would you stay with a man that beats you every Friday, but pays you $800K? And you see what it is that she did. She got her hair disheveled. She has like a black eye, nose is bleeding, scratch, across her face, right? Basically stating that, oh yeah, it's worth the money. $800K every Friday. Oh yeah, I'm about to be running up the bag. Give me my money. And this is what I be talking about when you have women all the time talking about, oh, abuse is a serious thing. It's a serious topic. Nobody should make, light of it. They only say that when it's men. Let me just reiterate that. They only say that when it deals in details with men. When it's women making these types of jokes, it's all complete, fine and dandy. Complete fine and dandy, no problem. You're not going to see an abundance of women rolling up to the scene saying that, oh, this is disgusting, this is horrible. You're not going to see a variety of women trying to show up to the scene and talk about, oh, this is my story and the story of my mom and my aunt and all this. They're not going to do that. They're going to ignore this as if it never even happened. But if a man basically stated that, if he even made the question, it was like, yo, would you let me sit up there and let me abuse you but I pay you $800K every Friday. I get to abuse you, but you get $800K every Friday. You understand how women all across the internet would literally grill that Black man, how they would drag that Black man for even asking a question like that. And not only that, you know how many Caucasian women would roll up to the scene and start dragging that dude and telling all of these and all, like, it's crazy. A lot of stuff would take place. Like I said, this type of stuff is not funny, but yet she's sitting up there making light of what it is that other women have to face and go through. But like I said, you're not going to see, nobody trying to come out of nowhere talking about, oh yeah, we need to cancel this. We need to really have a conversation and talk about this and yada, 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 and all this other. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. So this is something else too. And again, it's coming directly from the same creator. So we're going to go directly. So it says, let me swap over to it. It says, now I start to notice something on the side with the Wi-Fi there. But anyways, it said that y'all should have seen the comment section on this one. Too much for Twitter. What I will say is that it's some pretty toxic-ish to spin things to basically imply that a two-parent home shouldn't be prioritized as far as child rearing goes. I'll let y'all have at it. So let's go to what they stated.
New government target.
Project 2025 doesn't just demonize single mothers, it wants to change policies to punish single moms and perhaps even remove children from single parent households. Don't take my word for it, let me show you. Their top priority is promise number 1, restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life. And they specifically call out unmarried mothers as a reason that the American family is in crisis. 400 pages later, when you get to their section on the Department of Health and Human Services, you see that they want to rewrite what the definition of a family is to be comprised of a married mother and father and their children, saying that currently Health and Human Services is too focused on LGBTQ plus equity and subsidizing single motherhood, and saying that these policies should be repealed and replaced by policies that support the formation of stable married nuclear families. It's not enough to be heterosexual, by the way, because they also call out homes with non-related boyfriends as being one of the most dangerous places for a child. And they don't much like surrogacy either. In the context of emerging reproductive technologies, Health and Human Services should never place the desire of adults over the right of a child to be raised by the biological fathers and mothers who conceived them. Here's a horrifying paragraph. The Secretary of Health and Human Services
Right? So you were able to hear that. Let me see if I can go back real quick. I think there should have been a brief clip. Oh, it might not have been this. I might have to scroll down, right? So this person said, okay, so on the real, this was a hell of a tweet. Most of the bills and stuff that is proposed by government is so bogged down in noise, you literally get tired of reading and deciphering. The Project 2025 is different. Here's an excerpt of what she said in the video, right? So this is 354, right? So you clearly see this. This is 354, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go directly over to this here. Let me make sure I got the right title. Goal number 3. Let me roll back up. Goal number 3. Okay, so I do got to highlight. All right, so we're going to look at that real quick, right? So this is what they're talking about, right? This is online. 2025 Mandate for Leadership, Chapter 14 PDF. This is, I guess page 3 out of 54. It says, goal number 3, promoting stable and flourishing married families. Families comprised of a married mother, father, and their children are the foundation of a well-ordered nation and healthy society. Unfortunately, family policies and programs under President Biden's HHS are fraught with agenda items focusing on LGBTQ plus equity, subsidizing single motherhood, disincentivizing work, and penalizing marriages. These policies should be repealed and replaced by policies that support the formation of stable, married, nuclear families. Working fathers are essential to the well-being and development of their children, but the United States is experiencing a crisis of fatherlessness that is ruining our children's futures. In the overwhelming number of cases, fathers, right, insulate children from physical and sexual abuse, financial difficulty or poverty, incarceration, teen pregnancy, poor educational outcomes, high school failures, and a host of behavioral and psychological problems. By contrast, homes with non-related boyfriends present are among the most dangerous places for a child to be. HHS should prioritize married father engagement in this message, health and welfare policies. In the context of current and emerging reproductive technologies, HHS policies should never place the desires of adults over the rights of children to be raised by the biological fathers and mothers who conceive them. in the cases involving biological parents who are found by a court to be unfit because of abuse and neglect, the process by the HHS. Right? So that was the part of the video that, you know, the person was going directly over, that deals with the 2025 presidential transition projects, or the 2025 mandate for leadership, chapter 14, you know, the text that is directly up here. So yeah. I don't like I said, there's going to be a reckoning that is going to be coming. And for a lot of the women, I'm not saying that, you know, 100% of all women are doing this, but I'm saying for the overwhelming majority of women out there that prioritize automatically being a single mother, and they're directly proud of that, and they try to tote that as the thing to be, and they want other women to do that, and they specifically treat their children as you know, paychecks and all this other. There's going to be a reckoning coming, and it's going to be something that they're not going to be able to hide from, and you're going to be seeing a lot of crying faces directly out here, not knowing what to do. In a moment in time that those things start happening and money starts slipping out of people's hands, you're going to see a lot of news stories. You're going to see a lot of news stories. So if you think that missing kids is bad now, just wait when it gets to a point in time where women ain't gonna be getting no money from the state or different things in the nature. I'm specifically, reiterate, I'm talking about specifically for the women who treat excuse me, their kids as a paycheck. I'm talking about those women. The women who specifically mistreat their children, don't care about their children. They got men up and around and you know, through the house that they don't even know, and they got those dudes around those kids as well. Like I said, there's going to be a reckoning that is going to take place, and those people are going to only have themselves to sit up there and blame. And then I want to also make this very clear for the other women out there that don't act in the exact same manner as those women. Yo, hey, my condolences, because those women out there that are mistreating the kids, misusing the system and what it is that is given to women in general, they're the ones that are messing it up for the rest of y'all directly out there. And the main thing that men have tried to tell y'all is like, yo, y'all need to tighten up. Y'all need to clean that up. Y'all need to call a lot of that stuff out, because a lot of women know girlfriends and family members who misuse funds, who do a lot of things that they're not supposed to be doing in order to get more money. And they continues to go out here and get pregnant and have unprotected relations with dudes on the hopes of getting pregnant. But like I said, nobody wants to call that out. So now you're going to have certain things taking place that's going to take money and priority off of your situation, and they're going to put that where it needs to be. Like I said, you heard directly in the paragraph, in the sentence that I read, they're working on trying to prioritize marriages. Women who are married to a man. A lot of women right now at this point, they're like, I don't need to get married to a man. I don't need him. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. Don't just a lot of women out here better hope that this does not pass, that this does not, you know, go over, or it doesn't happen, because I promise you, there's going to be a lot of crying faces. There's going to be a lot of crying faces directly out here. And then you want to start seeing people switch real quick, going from I don't need a man to I want to get married. But I want a lot of dudes to realize that just because a woman say that she want to get married don't mean that she want to be a wife. Two different things. It's the difference between a woman that want to get married and a woman that wants to be a wife. Two different things. Because you got women that always wanted to be married, but they are not great as a wife. They are not doing the things that a wife should be doing. So, you know, like I said, a lot of dudes better also be on the lookout for that. Do not fall for the ways of a chameleon. Awaken said, I see many evictions. Yep. Lots of evictions. A great deal of a many of evictions. Like it's going to be bad. It is going to be very, very bad. Very bad. There was another story also. I hate when it does that. There was another story as well, and it dealt with a black woman who defended herself. Now hold on, let me just highlight this. Let me just type this up real quick. Let me just see if I can get this article real quick before I highlight this. Whew, that's crazy. Woo! Let me just highlight this for you guys so y'all can see this. Right? So this is something real quick. It says the Biden administration threatens lawsuit against Texas if state arrest and deports migrants. Right? So they stated that the Biden administration warned Texas Governor Greg Abbott on Thursday that legal action will be taken if the state enforces a new law that allows authorities to arrest, jail, and prosecute and deport migrants who enter the country illegally. Let me just read. Let me hold on. I gotta sit up for this one. Let me just reiterate that. The Biden administration warned Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott on Thursday that legal action will be taken if the state enforces a new law that allows authorities to arrest, jail, prosecute, and deport migrants who entered the country illegally. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I could swear if you did anything illegal, you should actually get prosecuted. You should get arrested. But you're telling me that the Biden administration is like, no, allow them to be here. They're completely fine. They're doing everything legal. But if you decide to arrest and jail and prosecute them, we're going to bring a lawsuit. What are we doing here? This is a circus. This is a circus. This is a circus. This is 100% a circus. Let's continue. A department official stated that in a letter sent to Abbott that the law was unconstitutional and, quote, contrary to the United States commitment of ensuring and processing of non-citizens consist with the Immigration and Nationality Act. The law, dubbed SB 4 or Senate Bill 4, is part of the state's Operation Lone Star. It goes in effect on March 5th of 2024. Quote, SB 4 is preempted and violates the United States Constitution. According to the United States, intends to file a suit to enjoin the enforcement of SB 4 unless Texas agrees to refrain from enforcing the law. SB 4, signed into law by Abbott on December 18th, makes illegally entering the United States from Mexico a state crime and authorizes police to arrest individuals suspected of crossing the Rio Grande between ports of entry. A spokesman for Texas governor vowed that the state would take legal fight with the Biden administration to the Supreme Court if necessary. Migrants caught illegally entering the country could face a Class B misdemeanor charge carrying a punishment of up to 6 months in jail. Repeat offenders will be subject to a second-degree felony charge punishable by up to 20 years in prison. SB 4 allows Texas judges to drop charges against migrants if they agree to be deported. The new law intrudes into a field that is occupied by the federal government and is preempted. Quote, indeed, the Supreme Court has confirmed that the removal process must be entrusted to the discretion of the federal government because a decision on removability touches on foreign relations and must be made with one voice. The Justice Department argues that the federal government is solely responsible for enforcing immigration laws. The DOJ official also notes that SB 4 could lead to migrants with legitimate asylum claims being imprisoned or deported to countries where they would face persecution or torture. The Biden administration asked Abbott to confirm that he will not enforce the new law by January 3rd. Abbott slammed the threat, accusing President Biden of destroying America in a social media post linking to a report on the administration's demand. Quote, the Biden administration not only refuses to enforce current United States immigration laws, they now want to stop Texas from enforcing laws against illegal immigration. I've never seen such hostility to rule of law in America. Biden is destroying America. Texas is trying to save it. It's crazy. It is completely crazy how this is even going down and working at this moment in time. It is completely crazy. And then something that's even more crazier. Shout out to whoever just subscribed directly to the channel. Much love, respect, and appreciation as well. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see. Chicago. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Because from what I was able to remember, you have people in Chicago wanting to have $1 billion lawsuit about migrants. Trying to find it real quick. Over immigration. Let me see. Because the thing that I read online was the fact that, let me see, Chicago immigration crisis lawsuit fights plans to overturn. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, because earlier it was at 51, and I want to say recently it ended up becoming like $1 billion, right? So we're going to go to this one here. Let me see. Right, so it said Black residents of Chicago slam city over $51 million in migrant care and demands reparations. Black residents of Chicago tore into the city leaders at a meeting on Wednesday as authorities were set to vote on allocating $51 million in migrant care. During the city council meeting, which was live streamed and shared on social media, the residents can be heard arguing that rather than spending the money on migrants, the city should be putting that money into towards communities in Chicago. Quote, I understand that $51 million are going to be voted on today, and I encourage the aldermen to please vote it down because, number one, we have not opened up the schools for our homeless. We see them in the streets every day, and I make sure that the homeless are fed with clothing. That came from somebody from the Black Lives Matter Women's of Faith founder, Caroline Ruff, right? Also stated that we need to take care of our community. We need to take care of our Black community. We need to open up these schools for mental health. We have not gotten anything for our community, and we are sick and tired, and enough is enough, right? So you got the residents angry directly over this. I'm trying to find the other article for you right now. I think I might. Let me see. Let me put in Chicago natives. No, Chicago residents. Suing the city of Chicago. Let me see. Residents sue the city of Chicago over proposed migrant housing facility. That was as of November. I would have to really try to probably go through my bookmarks to find it. But yeah, so we have this one here, which is another one. This is as of November 3rd of 2023. So let me go directly over it. It says residents sue city of Chicago over proposed migrant housing facility in Brighton Park. Some residents living in Chicago's Brighton Park neighborhood have filed a lawsuit against the city of Chicago and Mayor Brandon Johnson to halt plans for a proposed migrant tent site at 38th Street and California Avenue. 6 residents brought forth the lawsuit in Cook County Circuit Court, alleging in part that the city lacks authority to, quote, enact the shelter and continues to ignore city code and zoning laws that was enacted not as a formality, but to protect the safety of Chicagoans. I probably mispronounced that, so my apologies. The plaintiffs have requested that the court issue a preliminary injunction to prevent the city from transforming the property into a shelter until its lawsuit can be reviewed, right? They also stated that a copy of the licensing agreement shows that the city will pay the owner $91,400 a month for use of the land. The terms of the deal appear to be 6 months, but allows for time extensions that could come with 3% increase in the licensing fee. The controversial location has sparked numerous protests and public backlash, including one recent incident in which 12th Ward Julia Ramirez reported being assaulted while in a crowd that had gathered near the site. The city has been in search of a location to assemble so-called base camps that could help remove up to 3,000 migrants from sleeping on sidewalks or inside Chicago police districts. This is my problem with this here. And I'm 100% with the people of Chicago. At no point in time should you just have random people just getting pushed directly onto you. And again, going back to the previous article, such as this one here, where it says that Black residents of Chicago slammed the city over 51 million in migrant care, right? So you mean to tell me that the city is going to push 51 million in order to make sure that migrants are okay, but yet you have not done anything for the Black people of Chicago? How is it possible that you will do more for complete strangers versus the people who are actually there, pay taxes, work, they have or own houses or are rent? Like, they're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing to make sure that the city is running, to make sure that you even have money in your pockets, but you're going to give 51 million to people who never did nothing for Chicago. I understand why it is when I've watched these videos that I see a lot of Chicago citizens angry and they're frustrated because you have this council. Like I said, there's an agenda that is being pushed. There is an agenda that is being pushed, and they're making sure that certain people are at the front and that Black people are at the back. And that is clear cut what you are seeing. And again, even when you have Black leadership, those Black leaders are still puppets at the end of the day, because he is supposed to be, this big dude, directly up there, big man on campus, but he's not doing for the people. He's allowing other people to get way more than Chicago citizens. That's that's crazy to me. I am hugely, highly baffled. So you got mentally ill people on the streets. You're not trying to do nothing for them. You need schools that need to be opened up. You're not trying to do nothing for them. You need more jobs in Chicago. You're not trying to do nothing for that. You need to sit up there and work on, making the community safe. You're really not doing nothing about that. But you're making sure that you can allocate $51 million for migrants in their care. Yeah, okay. When people want to sit up there and say that there's not some type of agenda, that people aren't being pushed forward on purpose. Okay. All right. Like I said, all you got to do is just look at the articles that are presented, look at the information. That is specifically there. Again, going to the third one, you got Biden administration threatens lawsuit against Texas if states arrest and deport migrants. You're talking about people that are not even supposed to be here. You got everybody else that follow the rules and the regulations on how to get here and all this other type of stuff. And you decide that, we're going to, go after one of our own states. We're going to do that. It's crazy. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous. like I said, people got to pay attention to a lot of the things that are transpiring and a lot of the things that are happening. It will be a eye-opening thing if people just sit down, stop, breathe, and pay attention. But we got wait. All right, we're gonna go back. I want to hit this up real quick. Hold on. Oh, let's just. I'm just going to end it on this one, right? We're just going to end it on this one, and we're going to call it a night. So let's load this one up. Black TZ said 8 out of 10. Whenever you hear a modern woman say things like "I'm spontaneous," what she's really saying is that she's an impulsive spender, reckless with time, and expects you to be at her beck and call. Don't believe me? Here you go.
You can't deal with a guy that got a job?
Do you have a job, Jay?
Yes.
Okay, why can't I deal with you? The reason why I cannot deal.
She said it as it was like an option.
No, it's not an option, and that's what I was going to say. Rule respect to your girlfriend. That's not what
She's not going to take it personally.
Yeah,
No, I can't take anybody that got a job either. That's why I said I would.
I don't want nobody with a job because
if we want to go to Jamaica to see your girl's family, and you can't because you got
to
go.
So when it
but you can't tell them like, oh, I gotta go to Jamaica tomorrow.
True.
Like you
I don't
gotta.
have to.
No, but when it
so you could just leave your job.
I mean,
anytime, like you told us we had to push the time back because you didn't get off work till a certain time. Like that already is like a hassle.
Okay.
No, but
that's a red flag.
For me, no, it's
flag.
not a red flag. But for me personally, because I know when a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't date a man with a job," a lot of people on the internet take it to offense. But me, Destiny, cannot date a man with a job. One, because I'm very spontaneous, and I need. Wait, Jay, before you get to leaning back and breaking the chair. What I'm saying is, and I also need a man to understand where I'm at in the moment that I'm at. Like, I probably will have a week where I work so much, and then I have a week where I don't work at all. You get what I'm saying? So as an entrepreneur, it's like it's very up and down, and I just want somebody to understand the mental state that I'm in. Sometimes I get really, really depressed because I always have to show up for people. So then I'd be like, I want a man to be there to comfort me during that moment. I just feel like
So you want a maid too?
I don't want a maid. I want a man.
So we all heard that, right? So she wants somebody that, because she's spontaneous, she wants somebody that's automatically going to go any and everywhere, that just has the ability to just awesomely do that, right? And she said, this is why I cannot date a dude who has a 9 to 5. So are you saying, so who are you trying to date? Because it's not going to be a dude that's in the NFL. It's not going to be the NBA. It's not going to be the NHL. It's not going to be a soccer player. It's not going to be a dude in the military. So the top of the top is that you got rich dudes out here. That's if they decide to pick you. And then other than that, you got drug dealers. So it's like, who are you really saying that you're going to be, picking, that you're going to be dating, that you're automatically going to be going for? Like I said, this is why, I keep trying to tell a lot of women, it's like, yo, a lot of women out here will lead y'all to being single, staying, never getting married, because they're trying to lock you into some type of Jedi mind tricks of this. Like, this is completely nonsensical. It's like, now this is why you got a whole host of young girls now in their early 20s talking about, I can't date a dude with a 9 to 5. I'm into drug dealers and scammers. This is literally the logic out here. A dude literally did a walk. I think he was in Miami or wherever. He asked girls, would you rather date a dude with a 9 to 5 or with a 9 to 5, or would you rather date a drug dealer or a scammer? And all of them literally said, give me the drug dealer and scammer. None of them said I would date a dude with a 9 to 5. Like I said, it's crazy out here, man. It is 100% crazy directly out here. But that is it. We are currently at 1:53 at this moment in time. Much love, respect, and appreciation to all and everybody in attendance at this moment in time. Love you guys a lot. Like I said, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit of stuff, and I will keep y'all posted on if anybody happen to drop any more stuff talking about Dr. Umar and and different things of that nature, because as I stated before, you got a lot of people. Matter of fact, I don't think I can go back and and highlight that. Again, you got a lot of people out here because I'm probably. You got a lot of people out here that want to, state a whole bunch of things. And, you get to see the inside directly of the school, So, like I said before, the only thing that I hope is I'm going to end it on the same thing that I started off on. I hope that a lot of people that go out of their way to make videos and to say a whole bunch of stuff on Twitter and IG, I hope a lot of these people will roll up when the school is open, when people can come through and come down. I hope they got all of their cameras. I hope they bring all of their whole gang directly down there because, like I said before, if you're willing to, talk about stuff when it's supposedly negative, be ready to talk about stuff when it's positive. That's all I'm saying. Because the same stuff they said about Umar, that's the same thing that black people were saying about Tariq. It was like, oh, that museum, that's a scam. That's never opening. He ain't sit up there and do nothing with that money. And then you see he opened up the museum, and then what happened to all of those people talking online, talking about Tariq as a scammer? Nowhere to be seen. They ain't saying nothing. That bad boy been standing up there for about like a year plus now. And magically, all of those people that was online when Tariq was, when he raised money and talked about the area that they were scouting out and buying, and he mentioned to tell people, it's like, yo, it's not going to be a quick thing because there's a lot of red tape with the city and all this other type of stuff. And people are like, oh, no, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. If you were really going to do it, you would just be able to do it and yada, yada, yada. Like I said, I'm seeing the exact same thing. I'm seeing the exact same thing when it deals with one black man doing something. Black people want to say it's a scam and doubt him. Looking at the same thing when it deals with Dr. Umar. Same exact thing. But yet both guys are basically showing you what it is that they are doing continuously. But, But anyways, love you guys a lot. I will see you guys later, hopefully on live stream number 42, because about 2 to 3 of the live streams of previous were knocked down directly by YouTube. At least I want to say like two or three. Were either taken down, one by YouTube, and then the other one was taken down by, like a whole nother group or whatever. So, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Much love, respect, and appreciation, and have a very good night and a good evening.